The last thing I want to get on is Charles Barkley. So with this 40,000 point milestone that LeBron reached, it's got a lot of people talking. And of course, they're talking about the GOAT stuff and what the 40,000 mean. No one's ever done it and all that stuff. And my question to everybody is whatever your opinion of LeBron was last year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, if the only thing that changed is that he won a bubble ring and he continues to play at a high level at this age, and he passed Kareem for number one, and he the first guy to get 40,000. If your opinion of him was that Mike is a better basketball player and Kobe is a better basketball player, did LeBron do anything to change your mind that he is a better basketball player than he was 2 years ago or 3 years ago? I say no. He just broke some records, right? So as far as like bragging rights, your paper resume, if I wanted to grade paper resumes, this would be a great milestone to have on your paper resume. I'm the only player with 40,000, and I got the number one. I broke Kareem's record, and I'm number one scorer of all time. Those are two things to have under your belt that to brag about. But what does that indicate? Because so, let's look at the other things that's on the paper resume. Like let's look at Michael Jordan being a 9-time, 10-time scoring champion, right? That correlates to him being a great scorer, right? Directly, because he was ahead of his peers at least 10 years as a scorer, and which is proven by the fact that he averaged more points than everybody that season and scored more points than everybody that season. So that's something I can come away with his 9-time, 10-time scoring titles, right? I can say, yeah, that kind of proves he's a great scorer, and he was ahead of his peers most of his career as a scorer. So if I'm comparing Kobe and Mike and LeBron, Mike and Dominique Wilkins, Mike and Kareem, whoever the case may be, and you was like, the debate was not who's better, the debate was who's the better scorer. Well, based on what we see, man, I see that Mike can score in this way, from this area, this way, all of the ways that Mike can score, you can talk about. And then all of the way the player that you're comparing him to, from what your eye see, how he scores, and then you start talking about the ways they can't score, or they can't score at a high level, right? And if you can't decide who the better scorer is just from that, then you might bring in something like, well, he was 10-time all scoring champ. That counts for something, right? Like this showing that he was above his peers, but this guy in his era was not above his peers, right? That go. So that's how you go to the paper resume. I think what people are doing is they're forgetting what they see and what they observe, and they're going to the paper resume and saying, well, this means X, Y, and Z, which I wouldn't use a paper resume that way. Now, when it comes to 40,000 points, what does that mean? Does that mean he's the best scorer that we've ever seen? No, it don't mean that. It means that he scored at a high level in the NBA for a long period of time, which speaks to his consistency and his longevity. So these milestones that he's reaching now speaks to his longevity and how long he played, because there are players like Michael Jordan who only played 15 years, who, if he was concerned about getting Kareem's record, he could have played 20 years if he wanted to, or 21 years, right? So I don't think 40,000 or being number one in scoring says that he's the best scorer we've ever seen, because I've seen better scorers. But it does say that his body held up for a long time and he stayed consistent as a great scorer for a long time, which counts for something. But it just you just can't correlate that to something that that doesn't really connect, right? So if these milestones that he's getting don't change your mind about him as a player, then what does it do? right? So I want to play for you some times that Michael Jordan spoke on this. More recently, I'll play first. Where he was on Stephen A. Smith show where he was talking about LeBron James.
And I've said this about LeBron. I think that LeBron is the greatest. Now, I think Michael Jordan a greater player, but I think LeBron's story is arguably the greatest story in sports because out of all the guys in high school who came to the NBA, he was actually the only one who was ready.
I disagree.
As great as Kobe Bryant was, he struggled early.
Wasn't ready.
Kevin Garnett struggled. McGrady struggled. I think those three are the best high school players who went direct to the NBA. But let's look at it from LeBron was the only one who was ready from day one. And for him to be where he started at 18, we broadcast that first game that night, to where he is today, Sacramento. I think it's the greatest sports story in history. He's been a great player. And, he's been a model citizen. I think he's a wonderful person. I don't know him really, really well, but the times I've been around him, he's gave me great respect because I have great respect for him. And I do. I think it's probably the greatest sports story ever.
So, I mean, I like the story as well. I will agree with that. I would agree that this story of LeBron is a great story. Is it the greatest story? I mean, you can really say that, man. I mean, it's a great story. You can say that. However, I don't agree that, so all right, so what we have now is that LeBron is such a great player, such a great person. Media members like him, NBA like some fans like him. And his goal to be the greatest of all time fell short. And he's just too great for us to allow him to leave the NBA without giving him something. So we're trying to grasp for straws at some type of label we can give him. And Barkley stumbled across the greatest story in NBA history. That like, this story is great. But even with that, you embellishing a little bit by saying things like he was the only player that came out of high school that was ready, and Kobe wasn't ready. Kobe Bryant was 100% ready. The difference between Kobe Bryant and LeBron James at their rookie season is three major things. There was a lot of difference, but it's three major things. Number one, LeBron went to a team that was a non-playoff team. They didn't have a franchise player there, and they just got a new coach, and LeBron was given the keys to the city, the keys to drive the bus. And when you have the keys to go out there, hey rookie, you the best player we got. We go as far as you take, because you can do everything, whatever you want to do. You make mistakes, you learn on the fly, because whatever mistakes you make, it is what it is. Right? We just got to deal with it. Right? That's a different setup than what Kobe had. Kobe had, I'm coming in with a team that already got a franchise player. I'm coming in where a coach is not telling me that you can go out and make all the mistakes you want to make. We go live with it. He's telling him, you can't make no mistakes. We're a playoff team. We're trying to get to the finals, and you're not going to mess this up. I don't want to play rookies. So it don't matter how ready he was. Dale Harris was not playing him. Right? So the situations they went into was different. So you can't really judge how Kobe's first year went versus LeBron's first year and then say that Kobe wasn't ready. When you watch the games, Kobe was more than ready. His coach wasn't ready for a 18-year-old rookie out of high school. The league wasn't ready for an 18-year-old rookie out of high school to be playing like that. I mean, the players that came before him, I don't know if T-Mac came before him or after, but let's say T-Mac came. Did T-Mac come before or after? Let's say T-Mac came before, right? He sat the bench. Kevin Garnett sat the bench. Sean Kemp sat the bench, right? These high school players wasn't playing like that. This was the first one that really legitly could play. Now, when we seen how good Kobe got, that made it a lot better for the high schoolers coming after him, like LeBron, because we seen how good Kobe was, and we seen the mistake Derrick Harris made. Let's let this kid come in and do his thing. If the roles were reversed and LeBron got drafted to the Lakers first with a coach that didn't want to play him, and we didn't have an example of a wing player coming in and being able to kill the league like Kobe did, then LeBron probably would have went through those growing pains that Kobe did, and then Kobe would have walked into a situation where the world was his oyster, right? So that's the first big difference. The second big difference was the age. For you to say Kobe wasn't ready, remember Kobe had a Adidas deal, right? I don't know if that was his first or his second shoe, but he had a deal with Adidas that his parents had to co-sign for him or sign for him because he was 17 and couldn't sign a deal. So he was 17, made the decision to go pro, signed an Adidas deal via his parents, and got drafted. Right? He got drafted. He didn't turn 18 until August. His birthday is August 23rd. The draft is what I think the finals is in June, right? So the season might be over around June. Then you got the draft, probably, I don't know, the draft might be in July. So he got drafted as a 17-year-old. He turned 18 in August. The season starts in October. So he was 18 the entire first year that he was in the league. My son's 18 right now. I just imagining this kid playing 82. Imagining my son playing 82 games on a professional level against grown men and pros, and then getting into the playoffs against the Utah Jazz and Stockton and Malone and getting significant minutes. That's big time. How is that 18-year-old not ready? Right? I think he had a better choice of words he could have used. And I think what he really wanted to say is that LeBron excelled earlier than than Kobe, but it's reasons why he excelled. He was put in positions to be able to do that. But I guarantee if you go and look at the pitfalls and the shortcomings and look at how many turnovers he had or things he did, I'm pretty sure if you go and nitpick LeBron's first season, you will see where he needed to develop. Same with Kobe. I don't think one was more ready than the other, but I do know as far as skill set and what LeBron and Kobe might have been working on, I think Kobe was more advanced than LeBron. But I think physicality and leaping ability, speed, power, and all that stuff, I think Kobe might be behind LeBron in that when they was rookies. I think LeBron was more of a physical specimen, right? So, but that's how LeBron, that's how he beat you sometimes. He beat you with that speed, power, leaping ability. He beat you with that. Kobe was beating people with his skill. Yes, he had speed, power, and ability, leaping ability as well, but not at the level of LeBron. So he was working on things. I'm gonna beat you like a sniper versus LeBron. I'm a shotgun blast you, right? So that was the second thing. The age was different. I mean, LeBron got drafted as an 18-year-old. His birthday is in December. So if the season starts in October, I get drafted at 18 in July. Season starting in October. 2 months later, I'm turning 19. So think about where we at right now. The playoffs ain't even started yet. We're in March. So think about December, January, February, March, April, May, playoffs start, right? So 6 months, 6 months, you're an 18-year-old, 6 months of regular season and then playoffs, right? So most of the season, he's an 18-year-old kid. A 19-year-old kid, I'm sorry. LeBron's 19, a whole year older than Kobe was. Kobe was a 17-year-old kid that got drafted who turned 18 during the season. LeBron was an 18-year-old kid that got drafted who turned 19 during the season. 19 versus 18, that's a whole year difference. You know what Kobe was doing at 19 when he was in the league? Making his first All-Star. Right? He made his first All-Star at 19. LeBron was 19 as a rookie. Kobe was 19 as a second-year player and made All-Star. It's kind of hard to support that he wasn't ready, right? I think the real argument is that Kobe just rode the pine, and we know why he rode the pine. It wasn't because he wasn't ready. It was because his coach didn't want to play. His coach wasn't ready. But let's talk about the rookies that was rookies that year. Iverson was picked first. He was a 21-year-old rookie, right? He went to Georgetown. I think he sat a year out because he got in that legal trouble. Then he went to Georgetown. I think he played 2 years at Georgetown and went into the draft. So he's 21. Stephon Marbury played 1 year at Georgia Tech. He's a 19-year-old rookie, still a year older than Kobe. Kobe was 18, right? 19. So those are two guards. Then you got Kerry Kittles at 22. I think he played all 4 years. Then you had Ray Allen. All these guys were starting for their ball clubs. So if you really think Kerry Kittles, who averaged Kerry Kittles averaged, let me see how many points Kerry Kittles averaged. He averaged 16 points as a rookie. Iverson averaged 23 points. Marbury averaged 16 points. Right? These guys were rookies. Kerry Kittles is nowhere as good as Kobe. Neither is Marbury. Marbury was great, though. Was Iverson better than him that year? I mean, he's 3 years older than him. So Iverson it's a debate with Iverson and Kobe. Who was better as a rookie? It's a debate. Now, as far as who put up the better numbers, of course, the rookie of the year, Allen Iverson. But I'm talking about just critiquing their game and going through what they was capable of and what they wasn't capable of. I think Kobe was on that level, but just stuck on the bench. Ray Allen was not on Kobe's level. Kerry Kittles either. Stephon Marbury either. But these guys started for their ball clubs, right? So if you really think Kerry Kittles, we'll just take Kerry Kittles, for example, who averaged 16 points for the New Jersey Nets as a rookie. Do y'all really think Kerry Kittles was better than and more ready for the NBA than Kobe was? Let me know. Y'all think Ray Allen was too? Marbury, who only played 1 year at Georgia Tech, 19-year-old. Y'all think them dudes was better than Kobe that first year and Kobe wasn't ready? Do y'all believe, Barkley, that Kobe wasn't ready and LeBron was? So that's the first thing I disagree with Barkley on. I don't think LeBron was ready and Kobe wasn't. I think Kobe was ready and LeBron was ready, right? So, but he was right. T-Mac wasn't. Garnett wasn't. Sean Kemp wasn't, right? But I think Kobe and LeBron both was ready. That's not the only thing Charles Barkley said. That they asked him a couple of years back about the GOAT debate as well.
Jordan or LeBron?
Jordan. LeBron is amazing. He is what he's done in the community is amazing. The reason I give Jordan the edge, and I'm never gonna say it actually, in fairness, I haven't even put LeBron past Kobe. Let's get that out the way. I want to be fair.
All right.
The reason I put Michael up there before those other guys, LeBron has stacked his teams. Let's be realistic. And
as Kevin Durant did and others have done.
And that's why
their legacy?
Yes.
Russell Westbrook now on his way. It's a trade, but on his way to the Lakers.
So I do. Like what Giannis and Dirk Nowitzki, guys like that, especially Giannis is the perfect example. They go through the grind and to lose, which Michael did.
Mm-hmm.
When I was watching that documentary, I was like, damn, I forgot how bad the Pistons beat him up. But going through that struggle, that's what separates sports. Like winning all the time. Like we all want to win. But the struggle is part of your legacy. And what Giannis did this year, what Michael doing when the Pistons beat the hell out of him for 3 or 4 straight years, and he's like, no, I'm going to keep getting better. I'm going to keep getting better. That's the difference in my opinion.
Your opinion matters more than mine.
So he said a couple of things in there. First, he said he's not going to put LeBron past Kobe. Kobe's a better player than LeBron. Let's be real. But then he said, part of the reason is because LeBron stacked his team. Why does that matter? And the first thing Costas said is, well, so did Kevin Durant, right? Here's the reason why that's a bad faith argument and one that you shouldn't bring up. No one's bringing Kevin Durant up in a comparison debate with Michael Jordan and Kobe. So if you're bringing LeBron up to compare with Kobe and LeBron, who didn't stack their teams and who didn't create super teams and who didn't team hop from team to team to do that. If you're comparing LeBron to those guys, then compare him to those guys. Don't bring in guys that's not in the comparison, right? So we're saying the standard is what Mike and Kobe did, and that's more impressive than what LeBron did. And your response is, well, Kevin Durant did it. Okay, well, compare LeBron to Kevin Durant then. Put him over here on this side of the table, because on this side of the table are guys who didn't do that. So if you want LeBron to sit at that table, compare him and use the standard of the guys at that table. Don't go get a guy that you don't think that's worthy of sitting at the table with Mike and Kobe, and then say, well, Kevin Durant did it, so what's wrong with LeBron doing it? That's not how that works. Oh, Kevin Durant did it, so LeBron is okay. So let's put LeBron at the Kobe and Mike. No, Kobe and Mike didn't do that. So put LeBron at the table with KD, and then he could be the standard at that table. For the guys who stacked the deck, LeBron achieved more and did it better. So at the table of the deck stackers, you got Steph, you got KD, you got LeBron, you got Wade, right? You got the deck stackers at that table. LeBron can be the king chief amongst them, standing at the front of the table with a whole crown on. No one stacked the deck better than LeBron and got more results, right? But he stacked the deck and still didn't get better results than Kobe and Mike. I think that makes it obvious that the conversation is over, right? I stacked the deck, which is easier and less impressive than what Kobe and Mike did, and they still won more than me. It's obvious that LeBron belongs in the deck stacking table, right? I say this, right? If I tell you to hit a moving target with a sniper rifle, and I give you one bullet, and then I tell the other guy to hit that moving target, and I give him 2 bullets, right? With that one bullet, I hit that moving target. It's a deer running fast as possible. I hit it. Boom. He missed the first one, then make the second one, right? So he used 2 bullets to hit that moving target. I only needed 1. It's more impressive what I did, right? The reason why I said that is because why it's important for a player to stack his team is that every superstar should be equipped with a legit co-star, a Scottie Pippen, if you might, because I think Scottie Pippen is synonymous with the best Robin or the best co-star to the Batman, right? He's the best number 2 we've had, really, right? So as a number 2, Scottie Pippen was perfection. But you get one of those as a superstar. You get one guy, and tell me how many rings you can get. Mike got 6 with 1 Scottie Pippen. That's the 1 bullet. That's his 1 bullet. LeBron gets 2 Scottie Pippens with every team that he goes to. He gets Wade as his Scottie Pippen, but remember, Wade is probably a better scorer than Scottie Pippen. So his Scottie Pippens are always better than the real Scottie Pippen. But not only does he get a player that's, oh man, like just under Kobe and Mike. He gets players that are that good. They're just under Kobe. They're on the same level with him, with LeBron. Like Wade was on the same level with LeBron. He gets him to slide into a Scottie Pippen role, but that's not it. He gets a second bullet, which is Bosh, to slide into a lesser role than Scottie Pippen. But they're both number 1s deciding to play Scottie Pippen and third fiddle, right? Mike only got that one bullet. LeBron's getting 2. He goes to Cleveland. He gets another 2. He gets a Kyrie Irving, an even better score than Wade. Just under that Kobe level as a scorer. He gets that as a Scottie Pippen, but that's not it. He also gets love. But that's not it. He also gets J.R. Smith as well. He had Ray Allen over there with Wade and Bosh. He gets a lot of bullets. Right, and then he go to LA and does the same thing. He gets AD just under. He's even a better scorer than Scottie Pippen as well. To be his Scottie Pippen, but not only that, he gets Dwight with it. Then the next season he get Melo. Then the next season he get Westbrook. So that's why it's important to look at stacking deck like Barkley said. That takes some of the sting off of your accomplishments. But yet and still, even with him stacking the deck, he won less than Kobe and Mike. I want you to think about that for a second. At the deck stacking table, LeBron has to he has to sit there, and he can have his 40,000 points and his number one score of all time there with his 4 rings or his 3 rings and 1 bubble tournament there. And then at this table of the guys who didn't stack the deck, you got 5 and 6 rings over here, 2 3-peats, 1 3-peat, and a 2-peat. Right. I think that's more impressive over there. Last thing Barkley said.
Okay, we got to talk about this. This is a serious debate. Remember, this is a family show, okay? Is it who's the GOAT? Family show, LeBron or MJ?
Well, you got to put Kareem in there.
Kareem?
Yeah.
Kareem? Yes.
You got to put Kareem. Well, I think that's a really unfair question. And not from you, like when guys try to talk about it, you have to go from generation to generation.
I agree with that.
Because I'm not going to disrespect Kareem.
Right.
And I don't want to disrespect LeBron because LeBron is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But I got drafted with Michael, played my entire career with Michael.
Wow.
He's the best I ever played against. I never got an opportunity to play against LeBron. You know, and I don't want to leave off Magic and Bird.
Right. Yes.
I mean, yeah.
See, that's the response of a real GOAT himself.
And I apologize. I don't even want to leave off the late, great Kobe Bryant.
Oh, my God. Yes.
Because I've always said that Michael's, in my opinion, then it's Kobe, then LeBron. But like I say, LeBron's, what he's accomplished is amazing.
You're known for being honest.
He said, in his opinion, it's Mike, then Kobe, then LeBron. That's a lot of people's opinion. A lot of people grade Kobe higher than they grade LeBron. This is no different. He's grading Kobe higher. This was recent. This was this year. The first clip was this year. The second clip I played was from maybe 2 or 3 years ago. But my question is, does these records and these milestones he's hitting the longer he plays, does his longevity start to change your mind and you start to see him as a better player than what you saw him 2 years ago or last year? Like, does the milestones make him a better player, or does the milestones mean, man, you got one of the best bodies the NBA have seen? That body lasted a long time. You know, that's you have the Honda Civics of bodies in the NBA, because that motor lasts a long time, right? So and Hondas do last a long time. They're very durable, right? That's how I see his longevity. I see it as, hey man, you last a long time. But just because your Honda Civic lasts longer than my whatever car you want to say I got, I don't know, a Lex or a Tesla, I don't know. Whatever car that's better than the Honda Civic, just because yours lasted longer doesn't mean it's a better car. Right? It just means, hey man, you made for some great stuff, and you didn't take the wear and tear that other guys took. Right? I put this graphic up a little earlier. You know, you look at his time with the Lakers, man. 55 games, 67 games, 45 games, 56 games, 55, 56 games. He's not getting nowhere near 82. But you look at Michael Jordan at those same ages, he played 82 at 34, the last time he won a championship, and then came back at 38 and 39. At 39, he played 82 again. So which body was lasting longer, or should we be impressed by which body lasts longer? Where if LeBron got the better body that lasts longer, why is Mike playing more games than him? If LeBron has the better body and held up better, why is Mike playing more games than him? Should we value that this guy's actually suiting up and playing both ends of the floor, or should we value the guy who can still run fast, jump high at this age, but he can't play back-to-backs, or he can't play a full season of 82 games? You get what I'm saying? Just think about that. LeBron can't play 82. He can't play back-to-backs, but we're bragging about how great his body is at this old age, and we ain't never seen it before, but we got a 39-year-old that played 82 games at a high level, made all-star. He just didn't have superstar help on this team. All right, so which one is more impressive, man? Y'all let me know in the comments.